The blood had already cooled when I stepped into the sunroom. It smelled like copper and lemon cleaner, the kind used after something bad, not before. William Hargrove lay on his back near the sliding doors, one slipper still on, the other turned sideways like it had tried to escape him. His eyes were open, not surprised, just empty, like he'd already seen what was coming and decided not to fight it. The security monitor on the wall replayed the last 31 seconds on loop. Alicia Turner leaning in, a kiss on his shoulder, his hand brushing her wrist, then static. No struggle, no panic, just absence. I noticed the mug on the table, still warm, chamomile tea, honey, 2 fingerprints on the handle, one old, one young. Outside, a wind chime tapped once against the porch beam. It sounded like a countdown. I wasn't law enforcement. I was the executor's auditor, hired to make sense of a $2.5 million estate that suddenly had too many interested relatives and no caregiver left to claim it. But something about the footage stayed with me. 31 seconds, no goodbye, no wave, just unfinished. I pulled the medical logs. Alicia had signed William's vitals at 6:42 p.m. The coroner logged time of death at 7:10, but the security system time-stamped the patio footage at 7:18. That meant someone else had been there after she left, someone who didn't want to be seen. The family said Alicia was confused about money. They said she was overly attached. They said she was unstable. They said it too smoothly. William's son, Martin, smiled every time he spoke about her, the kind of smile people use when they're trying to convince themselves as much as you. His wife avoided eye contact. His daughter corrected dates no one had asked about. And everyone kept repeating the same phrase. He was very clear about his will. Except the will I found wasn't the one filed with probate. William had rewritten it 6 weeks before his death, leaving everything to Alicia. The document had been witnessed, notarized, clean, and then replaced. That's when I stopped thinking about greed. This wasn't theft. This was erasure. The second camera wasn't on the porch. It was inside the sunroom, hidden in a smoke detector. William had installed it himself 3 months earlier after his medication went missing twice. The footage didn't show Alicia. It showed Martin, standing behind his father, holding a pillow. Not rushing, not shaking, just pressing. William didn't struggle. He looked resigned, like someone realizing the last betrayal always comes from the closest place. Then Martin wiped the mug, adjusted the slipper, and walked out the same door Alicia had used, 8 minutes later. I didn't confront Martin. I invited the family to a reading of the will. Private, no attorneys, just clarity. They sat in William's living room, the same couch where Alicia used to nap between shifts. Martin leaned back, confident, already calculating his inheritance. I didn't start with the money. I started with the footage. No introduction, no warning, just the video playing on the television where William used to watch the news. No one spoke. Martin's wife covered her mouth. His daughter stood up too fast and knocked over a chair. Martin didn't move, didn't blink. He just whispered, "That's not what it looks like." I handed the drive to the detective waiting outside, and finally I read the real will. Everything to Alicia Turner. The room didn't explode, it collapsed. They found Alicia 2 days later. Overdose, prescription meds, too many, too fast. The family had called it suicide. It wasn't. Martin had been dosing her for weeks. Small amounts, enough to fog her mind, enough to make her look unstable, enough to discredit her before she ever spoke about the will. William tried to fix it. That's why he rewrote it. That's why he installed the camera, and that's why he died. Alicia never touched the money, but her name owns it now. Justice doesn't feel like relief. It feels like silence. And silence, I've learned, is what guilt sounds like when it finally stops pretending.